Hi, I'm Brittany Wilmore and welcome to Is It Art Yet? For the next 30 minutes, consider this set the classroom and the show a lesson taught by an instructor in fine arts. A number of reality singing competition shows on TV introduce us to performers, talented or not, who generally hope to land a big recording contract based on their vocal abilities. While some of them probably have been lied to about those skills, others have true talent that have been shaped through training and plenty of practice. One of the ways that happens is through having a foundation in what we're talking about today, music education. Joining me to help us find our true voices is Kimala Ross. You're the professor of vocal music, diction, and ear training at HCC Central, and you've also brought a student here with you, Michael Hung. But before we talk to you, Michael, you recently attended the Texas Music Educators Convention. Tell me what that's about.
The convention is it's a tool to bring all educators together and music students together so that they can see what's happening in music today. It covers band, vocal music, orchestra, different genres like jazz. It's just full of a lot of events, that everything that happens in music. It covers kindergarten, going all the way to college. It's also an opportunity for teachers to make connections to different organizations that may be hiring. It's a place for students to make connections with different universities for graduate school. Students from our 2-year college, for them to make connections with the next level, and also for those high school students to make connections with colleges. So it's a great tool.
Well, Michael, you went. Was this your first year attending?
Yes, this is my first year attending.
Okay, well, what was the experience like?
Yeah, to be honest, I really didn't know what to expect, but I was just pleasantly surprised when I got there. I'm interested in becoming a composer, so I wasn't sure if this convention was for me. I know it was specifically for music education, but all the workshops, all the trainings, I was just very excited to go to every one. There was a lot of schedule conflicts. I couldn't go to every single one, but I really wanted to. So I really learned a lot of kind of the cutting edge, technology, kind of ways to compose and whatnot that I could use in my music goals as well.
Well, what's some of the technology?
I know in the past conference there was a lot of push towards kind of internet-based and cloud-based programming to teach music education, ear training, harmony, and whatnot, and even audio recording, composition, and musical synthesis and programming. So I found all that stuff very, very interesting.
And what is it that you want to do? Well, you said composing. Mm-hmm. So far, how have you been able to do that at HCC under that program?
Just being in Ms. Ross's ears training and Dr. Ochoa's harmony and theory, it's given me kind of the fundamentals, kind of what I need to do to know to be able to compose, kind of the bread and butter of everything.
Well, Kim, how does attending this convention help your professional development?
Well, as Michael has mentioned, it's full of classes, and it keeps you current. They bring all the new technologies to the classroom. They bring them to convention. They help you to be able to reach the student better. So for me, it has been a joy, and I see great performances. I get a chance to hear other ideas from other professors, what works in their classroom, because as we all know, you can't teach every child the same or every student the same. So it's a great experience.
Well, what's some of the information that you've taken away from that you'll probably share with your students?
Well, first of all, that they need to go to TMEA if they plan to be a music educator or if they're going into the field of music. Second of all, it's a chance for me to reaffirm some things that I've learned in the past, to see that I am gearing students in the right direction, and that music education is still alive, that it's not going anywhere, because in a lot of states now, if you look at what's going on in the United States, several states are now cutting budgets to fund music education, but Texas still values it, and it just helps us to feel that, okay, we still have a place in education, which is great. So I enjoy going to TMEA every year.
Well, Michael, going back to you, why do you think this is something that students should experience?
Again, just as Ms. Ross was saying, you get to see the front line of everything. I mean, the exhibition booth had Yamaha and Roland and all these cutting edge technology. Whether or not you are interested in the music technology aspect of it, or there's publishing companies, places you can buy music, and so you kind of get you get to make connections with people who are actually working in the field. Not to mention that they offer the college night and the graduate school fair, where, my dream colleges of Berklee College of Music was there, University of Southern California, so it's not just Texas schools as well. So again, it's a really great way to just see what it's like for people who are working in the music field and what's out there, not even just Texas.
Well, this sounds like something that definitely benefits music educators and students and performers. But what about HCC as a whole? Why would that be important for, say, recruitment purposes or retention and graduation?
Well, number one, we can recruit. We go and we visit and we meet high school students. Sometimes those high school students, even though they made it to All-State, they're not quite ready to attend a four-year college. There are still some skills they want to develop, and they just need somewhere to go to get that education that they need, and we offer that. So we go and we participate, and they know that we're something that's available to them, and they pick up on it, and we get the students. We have a couple of students this year from high school that are attending HCC. They weren't quite ready to go on to that four-year college, and we're able to show them that from here we have partnerships that will feed straight into a four-year university. So it helps us to retain. We can also boost our graduation, because we encourage them to stay. Only if they graduate will they benefit from certain scholarships, and also will they benefit for automatic acceptance into other schools. So it's a great tool.
All right, well, we're running out of time already before we have to head to the next segment. We'll talk more about the convention. But Michael, first off, thank you for being here, and best of luck to you in the future. And on the other side of the break, when we come back, we will talk more about the music program at HCC and learn more about this convention and why it's important. Stay tuned.
Gotta know what you want, make a plan and go get it, because the sky's the limit, so you should dream it and live it. I won't let nothing come and stand in my way. Nothing come and stand in my way. Tomorrow's never promised, so I want it today.
HCC. Go get it. It's yours.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. But so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
You gotta know what you want, make a plan and go get it, because the sky's the limit, so you should dream it and live it. I won't let nothing come and stand in my way. Nothing come and stand in my way. Tomorrow's never promised, so I want it today.
HCC. Go get it. It's yours.
Welcome back to Is It Art Yet? Our topic is music education, and one aspect of that is the Texas Music Educators Convention. It's the largest state music educators convention in the United States, and this year alone, over 25,000 people, including students, teachers, and performers from all over the world, were expected to attend. Now, Kim, you actually went. So did it look like that many people were there?
It did. It did. It was very crowded. I mean, just imagine not being able to see any clear floor. I mean, in a big convention hall. It was like people standing right next to each other all the time. And it was happy people. No one seemed to mind standing in the long lines. It was wonderful.
Is this something HCC participates in every year?
Well, this year was the first year that we actually took students, because we had 4 students that wanted to audition for the 2-year college all-state choir. And I push student success. And I knew that if they attended and participated in this experience, that they would have doors open to them. So we went ahead and we worked on the music. I coached them, they practiced, and they put a lot of hard work in. And they went and they auditioned at the Lone Star College. And there were over 23 colleges that participated in the audition. And our students were 4 of the students chosen, which was awesome. It commends our students greatly, because they're considered one of the best, 4 of the best students in the state of Texas for 2-year colleges.
And I read that HCC Central students were the only ones who were certified or something like that?
Yes, they were the only ones that were certified. They have to actually audition. And so they have to be confirmed as prepared and on the level to participate. Every student that attends is not certified to attend. You have to know the music, and this music is difficult. It's very academic. They had to learn different languages. You know, they learned Italian, they had to learn they may have to learn Russian. It was different languages, and it was awesome. It was an awesome experience. I love the selection this year of the repertoire, because it really showed diversity of different cultures. It was a wonderful experience. They went from the classical genre all the way into a gospel genre,
wow,
which was wonderful. So it showed a wide range of skill from the students.
Well, I also wanted to talk about some of the student success stories, for example, because you mentioned there are scholarship opportunities
Right.
and automatic acceptance. So what have some of the students that have passed through this program at HCC gone on to do?
Well, I haven't been here that long. I just started, and one student that I witnessed was Dante. Dante is a student that we actually had participate in the choral festival, and I believe you interviewed him last year. He was actually accepted to DePaul, and he was also accepted to HBU, Houston Baptist University. He performs all over Houston. He's now attending HBU. He received more scholarships from there, so he went ahead and stayed home. And he said that the performance opportunities were great in Houston, so he didn't want to leave.
Well, since you've already brought it up, we'll circle back to the convention, but I do want to get this in. You said the Choral Music Festival.
Yes.
And we have that coming up. So first, talk about what that is.
Okay, the Choral Festival is something that I was visiting the schools. I believe in outreach, and I know one of the initiatives for HCC is to get into the community, find needs, and try to meet them, try to help them, help the different schools, the different areas in our community, you know, such as schools, daycares, you know, find out what their needs are and try to help them get there, meet those needs. And so my thing is high school and middle school, because that's where I came from. I came from the public school system, and I know that there are needs. And so HCC has supported me in going into the schools and actually offering clinics and connecting with the teachers, connecting with the students, finding what the needs are. And I found out that there was a great weakness in UIL preparation. And so I invited schools from HISD, because they want to do better, they want to get out there, and they want their students to have wonderful opportunities. Although we do have HSPVA, which is doing extremely well, but we do have some schools that still struggle. And then we went into different districts like Fort Bend ISD, Alief ISD, several different districts. And all of those schools have responded greatly, and they want our help. So we offer clinics, so they can actually come here for cheaper, and we give them good clinics to prepare them for UIL competition. And those students excel. They did great last year. Every school that participated brought back 1 ratings,
Wow.
which was—
And 1 is the best?
1 is the best. They're rated from 1 to 5. So that was outstanding for us. We were glad to be able to help and offer some assistance. So this year we decided to beef it up. So we reached out further. We went all over Houston, outside of Houston, and invited all kind of school districts you can imagine. We just dug deep, went into the little rural communities, everywhere we could go, and let them know that HCC is here and we can assist them, and we're willing to travel. And so that's what we've done. So we have A-Leaf is coming out, Fort Bend is coming out again. We have HISD has agreed, one of their schools has agreed to participate. So we're going to have a bigger festival this year. We're looking at 10 schools, 10 choirs participating this year.
Wow. And I remember last year, like you said, we interviewed Dante, and some of the things they had were actual judging.
Yes.
Right, and
we'll have a panel of
sign
judges.
reading. So if you can talk about some of the specific clinics or events, activities that are a part of this festival.
Okay, well, the judges consist of UIL judges. They're actual UIL judges. They have been through the whole process for UIL concert and sight reading, so they know what the rubrics looks like. They know what the expectation is. And then we went out and we found colleges, universities that we partner with, and we brought them in so that they could share with our students what they can offer our students if they come through our program. And so this year we have Prairie View University coming out, and we also have UT Tyler, which we know we have a good partnership with them. They come and they talk to our students about the scholarships that they will offer them if they complete our program, which is outstanding. And they talk to the students that are coming in from the high schools on what they can expect if they come through our program. From them, they get automatic admission to their colleges, and they also receive a scholarship. They don't have to participate. They don't have to major in music, but if they participate in the choir, they get the money, which is great.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful opportunity. So they get to do what they love and get money for it.
Well, I want to make sure, is it open to the public at all? Can people come and hear them?
Yes, this year we'll have a concert right after the event, just like we did last year, and we're featuring Prairie View University. The HCC choir will open up, and then afterwards the directors from the colleges will talk to the students.
So then, just so everyone knows when it is, it's March 22nd,
March
right?
22nd, and there will be if the students are not participating, there will be a $5 cost for those that are not participating in the actual festival.
Okay, so March 22nd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., so a full day of events.
Right, but the concert starts at 2.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the part where the audience can come in and enjoy the talented students. And I remember last year as well, you had some of your choir students as volunteers and they were leading. So, well, we'll have more about the music program after this.
Gotta know what you want, make a plan and go get it, because the sky's the limit, so you should dream it and live it. I won't let nothing come and stand in my way. Nothing come and stand in my way. So I was never promised, so I want it today.
HCC. Go get it. It's yours.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather!
Look what I have.
Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark! We're just playing! We're just playing! I'm trying to get you out of here!
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
HCC. Go get it. It's yours.
Welcome back. Our topic today is music education. We've been talking about the Texas Music Educators Convention with Kimala Ross, and she had also brought one of her students, but now we've got someone else in that seat, someone who's no stranger to this set at all, Kathleen Knight, and you've been a professor of many things, including music.
Yes.
So can you talk about your background with that?
Well, I actually was a vocal performance major myself, and so I know a lot about voice and, you know, obviously singing many, many years. But I was going to say, if a student were to come and say, well, how do I prepare to be able to sing in something like this? What do I do? And how, you know? So I would say, study class voice, learn how the breathing techniques, what I call breath management, how the body supports the voice, and vocal exercises, which involve scales, arpeggios, and all the 5 vowels, the mi, me, ma, mo, mu, the Italian vowels, and developing not just scales, but the intervals. Kim also teaches sight singing, which is literally sight. You look at the music and you're able to sing what's on the written page. With the intervals, and she uses do, re, mi, fa, sol, you know, the solfege. So immediately I start doing the Sound of Music, but you know, that's what it is.
So Kim is on the music program side, but you're still very much involved with it.
Yes.
With what you teach at HCC.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's with the musical theater class.
Yes,
so,
my musical.
Talk about what goes on there.
Yeah, I teach music theater workshop on Fridays. And they have to do vocalese, and I put them through their paces with sound and movement in this case, because choral music's pretty much they stand and sing unless it's a show choir. But music theater is they've got to move and sing at the same time, so that's even more rigorous in terms of training.
And I imagine training is very important just so you don't harm your voice. So
that's right.
Could you talk about some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to vocal performance?
Yeah, one of the things that vocal training helps you is that you don't sing from here up, that it's truly a full body experience, and that they always talk about supporting the tone. What that means is that you're working the core of the body, and then this part just gets to relax and enunciate the words and form the vowels and everything, so you're not straining.
So by the time students get to your class, have they auditioned? I mean, do you need to shape them? I mean, of course we can always learn, but are there prerequisites that they need to have taken in voice before they can get to musical theater?
The good thing about HCC is that the class voice is available to everybody. And that is recommended to go to. If you've never sung before, come on down. And then we also offer private voice. And that is, so after you take class voice, then it's logical to go into private voice training, which can be you know, we have a number of private voice teachers on campus, and it's a wonderful way of getting your voice trained for a very reasonable amount.
Well, we talked quite a bit with Kim about the convention. Is this something that you've attended before as well?
Yes, it is. It's fabulous. I've even attended the MENC convention, which
What's
is
that?
Music Educators National Convention, which is literally everybody is there. I attended that in Los Angeles a number of times.
So why are going out to these things important in your opinion?
I think just this, as Kim and Mike said, it's a way of mingling with people in your field, seeing what other people are doing, learning new things, and it's just a marvelous experience. And you learn new music, and they also sell music. And I went to the one here in Texas, and for years I've been using the music that I bought there, and I still to this day use it.
So you can get absolutely any genre.
Yeah, and there's gospel, there's the Italian art songs, There's, of course, choral music, pop, more pop music, show tunes, everything. And for some of it's free.
So in this case, you don't have to worry about licensing or copyright, or is this all for education so you don't have to worry about that?
That's a really good question. I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to plead the fifth on that. Because publishers are very picky about copying music. So.
Well, as we've talked about with music education,
yes.
Why is that foundation important? A lot of people always want to sing, oh,
Right.
I love this and that. Why do we need to have music education?
Music education also, it's not just about being able to make sounds with your voice. It's also being able to understand theory, how the chord structure is, to be able to literally, if you're a singer particularly, to be able to read music. And so that's part of music education, that you're not just trying to do everything by ear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference, that's the difference between a pro and an amateur.
Is if you can or you cannot listen to it by ear.
Well, that's part of it, but if you are educated, you don't need to listen to it. You can play it yourself, you can read it yourself, you can, it gives you more proactive, and you're just a better musician. And the three major elements are melody, rhythm, and words for a song. If you get those three basic things when you're learning a song, think about it. Melody, rhythm, and words.
The words. Is the melody typically the part that always gets stuck in our head, like the chorus?
Yes, it's not just a chorus. It's like do a deer, a female deer. That's the melody, right? And then the rhythm is a deer, a female deer. And then the harmony is actually that's another element. But, in this case, the words are easy, but they're still words.
Mm-hmm.
So when you learn a song, unless you want to do the whole thing in law, I always recommend starting with the words.
Mm-hmm.
Because many times the rhythm will follow the words, especially in pop music. What are you doing the rest of your life? What are you doing the rest of your life? It just goes right along with it, right?
Right. Well, I want to bring up one more time the Choral Music Festival.
Yes.
Just to make sure that everyone has the information on that. It's Saturday, March 22nd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Heinen Theater at the Central Campus.
Yes.
And just hearing everything that Kim was saying, being there last year for the first one, it was a really great experience.
Let me add one more thing. I mentioned the word harmony. Harmony is, it goes with choral music. And so harmony is not just the melody line. It's not the top line. There are altos and there's tenors and there are basses, and they are singing the harmony. So choruses can sing a cappella, which means with no other accompaniment.
Right. Which is probably kind of difficult to do. I mean,
it's very
staying
difficult.
on key.
Right? And everyone has to keep their pitch. And that's also part of the ear training, is to be able to train the intervals. Ba, 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 ba. I mean, to understand the intervallic spaces in a piece.
Well, Kathleen, thank you as always for the infinite knowledge and wisdom that you bring to this show. And of course, we have to thank Kim and her student Michael for joining us. So until next time, we'll see you later.